Hey, what's up? First off, kept the promise about if I cut my hair, I'm gonna cut my facial hair, and I feel so much younger. It's like I don't know. When I do have my facial hair, I don't feel like 10 years older, but when I don't have it, I feel 10 years younger, and it's just crazy. It's like, man, I do like it. I thought it was gonna look weirder for a longer period of time, but I think I've become adjusted to it. That's not the point of this video. The point I just think I want what I want to do with this video is kind of talk through what I want to do next year. I know I've touched on that a bit, but I think. Um, Due to recent changes and stuff like that, I've kind of got a better picture or changed the division a bit. First off, I think it's still the same idea, the foundational idea of I just want my sophomore year and even the summer to be a year of just building, like straight building. Because one thing I think I've noticed over the past couple of years is that I do build a lot, but there's a lot of nurturing what already exists in that sense. Like you lead this organization or you lead the organization, but you don't really start your own organization. Even when I started the Falcon Speaks program, was more so I didn't even get to I didn't dedicate enough resources in myself to that program. I couldn't have gone to the places I wanted it to go. And not to say that I regret it, because I was doing a lot of cool stuff with the ASA, Student Government and Politics, Mod UN. Um, but I do think I don't know, I started smirking there, but I do think that's something I want to do. I just want to start stuff from the ground up, whether it's a technical project or an organization, and not going to the organization part. What I really want to do that and is kind of start the Pitt AI Club. And we do have a lot of good computer science clubs at Pitt. I think we have the best clubs, if I'm being honest, especially when it comes to the Pitt Computer Science Club. They're a really great organization, just in general. Um, sorry, someone just ran by. There's also the UX Design Club. There's also the Club I'm part of, Tech for Good. But I think what I imagine AI doing is not only taking you from like step 0 to like step 10, but also just being like kind of a diverse array of stuff. Kind of like the AI, just AI in general is just a broad, like it's a very broad term, right? It's like saying screen almost. No, it's maybe like visual technology or like virtual reality or something like that. Um, but I think it's such a broad field. What I want to do with such an organization is that I want to be accessible for everyone. And so let's say you're a business major and you're interested in AI, then you could probably come to one of the club meetings about prompt engineering, right? Because I think that's just like if you want to become more advanced in AI, that's like just the easiest step to do. Like, oh, prompt engineering, what is it? Just write your prompts better. But that's why I want to do. I also want to do some research stuff, explore that, maybe have some debates, maybe like, oh, is this ethical or is this a better technical approach, stuff like that. And maybe do like, some experiments, get some partnerships. I really do think there's a lot of potential for the club. I was looking at how to start a club the other day. I think, cause I was thinking about in my head, like, how come no one has started this club yet, right? Because it does seem like a really great idea. But when I have great ideas like that, I wonder why isn't it being done yet? Is it because I know it's something that other people don't? But I think it's really just a matter of effort. Because to start a club, there's a strict set of rules you have to abide by to start a club at Pitt, which I'm happy because I think it maintains the club and ensures you don't have ghost clubs in that sense. Um, so I think what I want to do is I want to try. I already looked at it, and I think what's left is try and form a group of like 3 people to kind of who have the same vision. I think that's where I'm falling short of. Why am I starting immediately? I think that's one of my weakest aspects is starting stuff with people. Like when it comes to me, I can handle me, right? But then it's hard to say, okay, let me bring you aboard this whole new vision, and let me like take you on to that. Um, I think that's something I have to rework on, especially my leadership skills, because I think I'm a very ambitious person. But then, how do you get someone to share your vision or collaborate visions? Maybe if someone doesn't have that vision as well, like maybe I guess when it comes to like the club starting thing, like you would have to have that vision. Um, but yeah, so I think that's one part. Another thing I also want to do is there's an app, I guess even a business that I've been thinking of starting, which is this. I think I've talked about it's basically events meets Google Maps, and you'll get to see like these events of your Google Map things. Like if I want to know like what's going, like what's the move, right? Like let's say you've ever asked like what's the move tonight. You really just go on your go the app, right, and then you can see what the different events going on. Or maybe you finished class early, you're looking for a snack. You can see what organizations are throwing events instead of just relying on posters and pre-game knowledge or already gained. I don't know how you have to put pre, but already gained knowledge, right? You can just see like what's going on around me. I think that's something that's really important. I do think that's a culture I think the way I'm looking at technology and stuff I want to build now is how can it affect culture? How can it build culture? I think that could change culture in a positive way. I think a lot of people desire community. A lot of people desire communion. I know I just said the same thing kind of, but a lot of people just want to meet with each other. I think that's a great way to kind of make it more accessible because I often feel like it's hard to know what's going on at all times. And just even being like having an event listed there kind of even reduces the barrier to entry because like now since you saw the event on the app you know that anyone is welcome so you could just pop up and it's like okay maybe I don't like it too much but I can just stop by it's like 0.2 miles away from me so it's nothing crazy but yeah I think those are the two main stuff I want to work on but I still want to share that vision just building stuff so I think on the organizational side of stuff obviously building the Pit AI club and I think what I have to really do is just get like friends who I know want to build something like this. I think that's gonna be the hardest thing ever. But on the technical side, I think that's something I want to explore over the summer, just seeing what that looks like. I think it has a lot of potential. There's another thing I was thinking of, like this AI coach thing. I really just it's like think about like it just like it does like every maybe like 2 days or so maybe like every 12 hours it just search scrapes the web and there's a bunch of deep research and says okay what's the best research for my client and say okay oh you want to level up in your career oh hey there's this event happening near you or this program and just stuff like that for you but then they also could be like okay you want to switch careers let me do that for you want to get better grades it's just like it's meant to be tailored to you so specifically I think to some degree, the current technology on hand is capable of that. Obviously, there's some tinkering that needs to be done, but um, it's an interesting idea. I think maybe this sounds very pessimistic, but I think what I want to do, I feel like that's on one hand, I think it has a lot of potential, but I feel like I don't know, I think maybe my biggest worry is I just can't technically handle it. I know that's something I don't like saying a lot when I can't say I can't do something. Um, but I think the events thing I think relies more so on itself, whereas the AI thing relies more so on like being a rapper of sorts and then doing this and that. Um, and who knows, maybe like over the summer I'll keep on looking into both of them, more so the events one. But if the AI one really interests me, I may pivot to that one. But I think that's just the idea. Just keep on building stuff. Then with student government board, I think that's gonna be my biggest. Um, I think that's gonna be one of my biggest commitments to next year in terms of just seeing what I can do as liaison to campus operations and innovation. I know one big thing I want to think immediately is upper campus students. You have this building that people use to escalate to get to upper campus. And you don't really know when it's going to be closed sometimes. So just having a simple notification system for that is such a simple change, but it does a lot for culture and just making people's days better. And just improving, I don't know, just improving the overall vibe of campus. So just stuff like that I think will be fun to do and just keep on building. I know I did a whole out of breath video, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and no, it was definitely yesterday. And I talked about the excitement I have for HDB. So I think after Cheetah, I'm gonna have a better idea of how I'm gonna tackle that, and then over some I can build plans. I can start connecting with people and see where we can go with that. But yeah, I really do think there's other stuff like Tech for Good we're going to be building. There's a research branch coming out of that. And with TEDx, I'm the business manager, so that's going to be a really fun venture to go on. With Nesby, I think I'm sad. With Nesby, I think my biggest thing is I'm not sad. I think it's probably for the best. I didn't get an e-board position. Um, I think I'm happy in the sense that I have more room for other stuff. And I think it, or I think I'm disappointed is I feel bad that like I don't know, it just feels weird that I didn't get it. But I do understand that there were because even like before I applied, I knew that this may not be the best thing for me. Um, but I do think another aspect is a very egotistical thing, which I'm not happy to admit. I feel like maybe it's an aspect of pride or ego, where it's like, oh dang, I didn't get it, and it's like it's something. It's not like a big thing in my head. But it's like, okay, that means I wasn't the best at the position. Like I wasn't a no-brainer. I really think I want to make sure like next time, no matter what it is, I am that clear person for the job. And even though that can be all jobs, I just want to make sure, like, okay, hey, this is that. Like, let's not even look at other applicants. Another aspect is that there's also a scholarship. There's a sponsorship fee when it comes to the NESB national events. So I think what I want to do is, if I can get it through being on the e-board, what I could probably explore is just continue branding the Chuku DAO to maybe a Chiku brand and seeing if I can partner with Nesby directly, or just with a company. I think it's possible. Um, it's also gonna be in Baltimore. I live in Maryland, so it's not gonna be too crazy. But yeah, that's where my head is at right now. Still figuring out some stuff. Still trying to see what the big picture and the smaller pictures make up that big picture are, and we'll go from there. But besides that, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.